heart of central Utah is one of the lesser visited, but no less beautiful national parks. Capitol Reef National Park and its surrounding areas offer a unique blend of special backcountry features that can only be accessed by four-wheel drive and fruit orchards growing beneath bedrock canyon walls in the midst of the desert. This special place offers all the beauty of the red rocks that Utah is known for, but with a lot more of the solitude. And its out-of-the-way location, tucked into the Waterpocket fold in central Utah. And if you visit at the right time of year, you may even see the desert carpeted in flowers. Let's get started. While wonderful solitude can be found in almost all areas of Capitol Reef National Park, the one area where it can still get a bit crowded is the historic Fruta district around the Visitor Center campground and the scenic drive that runs down the middle of this section, even all the way down to Capitol Gorge. On our first day in the park, we made a quick stop at the Visitor Center to get the lay of the land and inquire about some of the park conditions, and then headed down that scenic drive to Capitol Gorge to try and get in some hiking and hoping to escape the crowds. Capitol Gorge makes for an interesting short hike with beautiful flowers, interesting scenes to be found around each corner, and some interesting things carved into the canyon walls, some that have been there for a very, very long time, and some still there for a long time, but maybe not quite so long. This is the Capitol Gorge. And we're getting out and exploring a little bit along the Capitol Gorge Trail. Look at these high walls up above us. And even the wide angle lens on the pocket is struggling to get all in the shot. It's a beautiful spot on a beautiful day in Capitol Reef National Park. And the kids are super excited because they see some petroglyphs here on the wall. Carvings from long ago.
I see a shape of a person with a bull head right there.
And then some relatively more recent history.
James
We
Gifford?
have the pioneer register up there on the wall of pioneers that lived here back in the 19th century. and carved their names into the wall for
Daddy.
history to remember them. I don't know how well you can see back behind me there, but that's one of the beautiful views of Capitol Reef National Park. We're on the scenic drive that goes south from the visitor center, and we're actually heading back up that way to the picnic area to try and get lunch. But that's a nice view back there. I did grab some shots, and if it turns out good, I'll show you that right now. Tucked in among the canyon walls, the Fruta picnic area is a beautiful place to have your lunch. And right across the street from the Gifford House, where if you arrive early enough in the day, you can get yourself some pies and ice cream. We were too late on this day. That would have to wait for the next. But after a nice lunch, we took a walk along the Fremont River Trail, through the fruit orchards, and looking at the canyon views above the river. Went for a drive to look for some petroglyphs, and then finished up the day headed up to Sunset Point to see what kind of late afternoon light we could find on the canyon walls. Late afternoon light on the cliff faces of Capitol Reef National Park. It's pretty spectacular. Check out this view. And of course, I couldn't visit an international dark sky park like Capitol Reef, one of the first ones established, without getting some photos of the night sky, even with short windows of opportunity with the waxing moon. In this first photo, the moonlight actually adds interest to the picture by shining some light on those canyon walls in the background behind the barn. These next two show the true darkness of the night skies in Capitol Reef, as I was able to capture so much detail with the Nikon Z9 with so many stars. It was just an amazing experience. Capitol Reef National Park is a very long and skinny park, following the Waterpocket fold all the way from Cathedral Valley at the very north end of the park, nearly all the way down to Lake Powell at the south end. It's rarely very wide from east to west, but from north to south, it is a lot of ground to cover. And most of it is very, very quiet, and you won't see hardly anybody out there. If it's solitude you're looking for, this is the way to find it. On day 2 of our visit to Capitol Reef National Park, we did a driving tour called Loop the Fold. Doing it clockwise as we did it, from the town of Torrey, you take Utah 24 through the central part of the park, through the Fruta district, out to the east side where you pick up the Notam Bullfrog Road, which runs down the east side of the park, mostly just outside of the park boundary, before crossing the park and the Waterpocket Fold on the Burr Trail Switchbacks, which have a nice picnic area at the top. Once you leave the western side of Capitol Reef National Park, you enter the Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument, then continue on the Burr Trail Road all the way to the little town of Boulder, Utah, and then back north again to the town of Torrey. It's a grand adventure, but if it's solitude you're looking for, you'll find it out there on the Loop the Fold tour. The first 15 miles or so heading south on the Notam Bullfrog Road are all paved road. But when it turned to dirt in the Sandy Creek Benches area, we found ourselves surrounded by orange globe-mallow flowers that painted the desert like a garden. Re-entering the national park, you pass through Strike Valley and then come to the base of the Burr Trail Switchbacks. They can be a little intimidating if heights bother you, but overall the road is usually in good condition and can be driven by most vehicles. But the views are something special. and, as mentioned, an excellent view from the picnic area at the top of the Switchbacks. So we're on our way west from Capitol Reef out to Boulder, Utah on the Burr Trail, and we have quite the view back there behind us. I don't know how well you can see it now, but I'll flip this around and just give you a peek at this big view. Check this out. Miles and miles and miles. Out towards the Henry Mountains and back towards Capitol Reef. Pretty nice. So we're driving down towards Boulder from that pass that we went over and down through this canyon called Long Canyon that just keeps going and going and going as we travel down on this, I guess it's a state highway or something. But the canyon just keeps getting deeper and deeper, more and more flowers. Once again, and lots of beautiful views in every direction. Pretty nice. Long Canyon was the highlight of the Loop the Fold tour for me, an ever-deepening red rock canyon that just kept going and going and going, beautified by the lushness of the springtime. In my next video, we'll explore the backcountry of Cathedral Valley, the remote northern section of Capitol Reef National Park, with its soaring monoliths, interesting sandstone walls, and volcanic ash in the Bentonite Hills and elsewhere. It's an episode you won't want to miss. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.